As we just said, the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights is seeking an inquiry against the Chitradurga seer. They've asked the police to submit details in their report of the case within 7 days. Remember, two young girls, both below the age of 18, have said they were sexually abused over a period of a few years. The apex child rights body, National Commission of Protection of Child Rights, NCPCR, in a letter to the Karnataka Superintendent of Police, has asked him to conduct an inquiry into this entire matter. They've also asked that the victims' identities are not disclosed during this entire process. It's a detailed process that is going on. My colleague Ritu, who's been bringing us reports about this story over the weekend, is present. She's on her way to Chitradurga as we speak. Let's go over to her right now to understand more. Ritu, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Ritu, our audiences have been hearing aspects of this case every single day since we first broke the story over the weekend. Can you tell us about what developments are expected today? What our audiences should be keeping an eye on?
Yes, so you see there's already a huge police deployment at the premises of the MUT. All of a sudden in the midnight, the police have been made to rush to the spot, and in fact the MUT has almost 4 gates, and all the four gates there is police deployment, and to ensure that the seers do not go out of the MUT premises as the investigation process is on. But of course a bail, anticipatory bail plea has been filed, and the session court will be taking this up, so we'll have to wait and see to what exactly takes place there also, because remember the statements of these minor girls have been recorded in front of the police in the presence of CWC, and then also in front of the magistrate court. So that's the statement recording that took place on Tuesday. So with all those statements that have been recorded, there will have to be a kind of an equal statements that these girls must have given out, or what exactly there has been a difference in their statements. So this is all that will be looked up to, but of course the anticipatory bail plea will today take place at the session court, so we'll have to see to what kind of a decision comes out from the court. But of course the MUT and the chief seer is under scanner for all that you see, the allegations that have been raised against the seer. But this is the MUT that we're talking about, is a very powerful and an influential MUT, and you remember any leader that you name it have all been seen visiting the seer and this particular MUT, because it plays a very significant role here ahead of the election. So whether there is a kind of an political pressure that has been seen over here is all that the question has been raised as well, because the police is somewhere been seen taking this whole issue very lightly, because there's a delay in the investigation process too, because as this is a sensitive case that we're talking about, usually there have been an immediate actions that we have got to see, but in this particular case it's already been 6 days but no action is seen. But meanwhile there has been a protest as well from the community, Dalit community in specific, where they have raised slogans and have been demanding for an immediate arrest of the seer. But it is also that if things are clear on the seer's part, the seer might also come out to tell exactly what he feels about the conspiracy that has been played against him. Because remember, while speaking to the devotees out there at the premises when he came back from the Haveri, as the police sent him back to the MUT because the investigation process is on, he said that it is all that the conspiracy game has been played against him, and from past 15 years he is getting to see all this out. But of course the seer either will have to give a better clarity of what kind of an conspiracy he's talking about, because there's a lot of support that can be seen pouring in for the seer. But meanwhile there has been hardly any leader that is who has spoken for in support of these minor girls. But these are the only community people, Dalit community people, who are asking for an immediate arrest. So with all this, it all depends on what the judge today in the session court decides, like what exactly happens with related to this anticipatory bail plea. So it was all after that what kind of a major developments will take place. But of course today there are likely that the major developments in this whole incident will take place.
Ritu, stay with us please. For our audiences, I want to very quickly walk you through political reactions this story has gotten. This is what Union Minister Prahlad Joshi had to say. Take a look.
That investigation is going on. Let investigation report come out. Arresting, non-arresting is not the issue. Investigation should be proper. I hope the Karnataka government and Karnataka police are doing the proper investigation.
It is a religious head and lacks together people, devotees for the Muruga Mata Sri, and there is allegations and counter allegations also there. And Swamiji already expressed that is some vested interest. These all false allegations have been made. It is all, everything will come out only proper investigation. So law will take its own course.